and Shang waited for Anshin whole night downstairs at Anshin's. Ling Yu was a little upset when he saw him. Anshin asked why he was here, but Shang didn't know how to answer, so Shiner stopped and said Shang was here to pick her up. On the way back, her love for Anshin was beyond the limit. Although she didn't say it, Shiner saw Shang, who loves cleanliness and didn't shave his beard, so she understood. It is no longer his brother's concern for his sister. Anshin's comics was accidentally picked up in the Wangyi, known as the future of the national comics world. At this moment, Anshin was interviewed, and everyone was very happy. After Shang returned home, his mother saw that he was thin again and blamed him for not taking care of himself. She urged him to find a girlfriend and gave him a blind date. It was Aunt Chin's daughter who had just returned from studying abroad, and Shang had to agree. And here Yo-Yo also arranged to want a kiss show. Yo-Yo agreed to a blind date and arranged a big show. When they arrived at the blind date, they saw that the blind date was actually Shang. It was really fateful. However, although the prearranged play did not go on schedule, a few people sat down to clarify the matter, and Yo-Yo gave Anshin a wink. Anshin understood at a glance, kept matching the two of them, and asked Shang to send Yo-Yo home. On the way back, Anshin ran into her fans asking for autographs. Although she was happy in her heart, her pressure increased a lot. At the meeting, Gu's group introduced the project of Tsingyao Station by Shiner. The development is very good. But when they heard that the resources are in Ling Yue's hands, he asked Shiner to call Ling Yue, but Shiner was rejected by Ling Yue as soon as he spoke. When Mr. Gu heard this, he personally talked to him about cooperation, but he was also rejected by Ling Yu, and he was discredited at the meeting. Anshin is working overtime at the company because she has no inspiration. Suddenly, the contribution fee is paid. Anshin is happy, making so much money for the first time. Yo-Yo came to deliver the fruit when Shang went to his home, and Anshin was still amazed that he saw his parents so soon. He accidentally picked up a lot of reminders under the Wang Ye's comments. Ling Yu also specially registered an account to reply to those netizens, and was almost discovered by Anshin. Anshin even teased whether he was watching something shameful, but Ling Yu persuaded her. Ling Yu brought Anshin to Newell's warehouse base, told her about his original experience, enlightened Anshin, and Anshin hugged Ling Yu tightly and said that she would not give up. As soon as Ling Yu returned to the company, Ailey told him that there was an accident in the company. Obviously, all of this has nothing to do with the Gu group. Both domestic and foreign companies have been severely suppressed. Gu Shiner and Ling Shang were together. When they suddenly saw the news of Newell, they wanted to publish the news of denial, but they were prevented. The eldest brother also got news here, but this time, unlike the past, Ling Fong did not watch the delivery, but was a little worried. Gu Shiner went to Gu Yuanchao to propose an expedient policy, which was to marry the Ling family. Anshin was drawing comics at home, but she had no inspiration, and Shang called her a lot of phone calls, but she didn't answer them. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door, and Anshin opened it to see that there was no one. But there was a bloody artificial hand in a box, which frightened Anshin. Fortunately, Shang appeared in time. Shang asked her if she knew who did it, and Anshin said that she didn't know, it might be a fan. Suddenly, Anshin saw Ling Yu's affairs and was very anxious, and she asked her brother not to tell Ling Yu what had just happened, so as not to cause him trouble, so she ran to the company to find Ling Yu. Shiner also went to the company to find Ling Yu and asked to have a private chat. As soon as she said that Newell's solution was to marry, and Shiner was careful when she was about to leave, pretending to stumble and fall. When she arrived in Ling Yu's arms, she happened to be seen by Anshin, who had just come in, but this time Anshin reminded Shiner not to touch other people's boyfriends.